People have wrongfully assumed that I've dated or been involved with people that I just haven't. Some of you guys would really be surprised by the things some of your favorite content creators do behind the scenes. A few years back, there was a guy who was literally obsessed with the idea that I was a lesbian. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something that I've never done before, I think. Honestly, I could have done this so long ago that I forgot, but I don't think I've done this before. Editor's note, have I done this before? Anyways, I will be answering your assumptions about me. Can I just say, being a content creator for so many years, I have had people assume the weirdest stuff. I swear I go on the internet and I learn more about myself than I knew. Y'all gotta stop beefing. At least not while I'm filming. Oh, hi. I was so curious to see what assumptions you guys might have of me left. Because I also think I've put so much of myself out there. I feel like you guys know a lot. But let's find out. Also, I had COVID and it was terrible. And so if you hear me cough, that's why. Really annoying, like, let me live. Also, we sipping today on Sprite and water with a squeeze of lemon. It's so good, I swear. If you like when I just talk and please hit the like button, let me know in the comments, and let's get into it. Assumption numero uno. You could burn the streamer world down with one tell-all book. It's less so about burning the streamer world down, and I think more so about burning down this like glamorized, idolized idea that people have of being a streamer. In reality, there are so many terrible things that happen behind the scenes, whether like personally to you, whether it's security issues or stalkers or whatever, or if it's like how other content creators are behind the scenes. A lot of that is messed up, and I think because people think that they watch streamers for so long, they must really know this person. Sometimes it's not a person, it's a persona. And I think it's okay to just have a persona out there online, but some of you guys would really be surprised by the things some of your favorite content creators do behind the scenes. Just being honest. But obviously, a lot of these things aren't worth like exposing. Bad things happen to everyone. People make mistakes. Good people do bad things. Like, shit just happens. For me, my rule of thumb has always been like, even if people do terrible things to me, I think it's only worth publicly sharing that if you absolutely need to, and mainly that revolves around like, are they a danger to someone else? Is there a safety concern? Something like that. Aside from that, it's like you make a note and you move on. Before we get into the rest of the video, I want to thank Canon for sponsoring this portion of today's video. As you guys already know, Canon has made it super easy for me and other content creators to vlog. I use the Canon G7X all the time, but now you can also use their cameras for streaming. You can use their cameras to get the highest quality possible, and they created a program which has a ton of added cool features to help you do this. Canon EOS Utility is free to download, so anyone can use their camera as a webcam. But they also feature a subscription tier that allows you to have so many more features, like multiple scenes or camera connections, higher frame rate, watermarks, transitions, and more. All you have to do is plug a cable into your camera, and that's literally it. So this is the EOS Webcam Utility Pro. As you can see, we have multiple cameras connected, and obviously what I plan to do is use a second camera to showcase my cats. You can adjust brightness, contrast. There are tons of additional features and things that you can do, and I'm really excited to explore how this can elevate my content. Let me know what you think I should do in the comments below. If you want to check it out, it'll be in the description. Enjoy! You low-key want to move back to Canada. I do think about this a lot, but it has less to do with Canada and more so just like I miss being around my family, and like you just can't replace that. So I do sometimes think about moving closer to them or moving them out here, something like that. I miss them a lot. And I love Canada. Maybe I would move back like once I wanted to start a family, settle down, that kind of thing. You're thinking about how much money you'd make on OnlyFans. Listen. Have I had the thought, like, I wonder, mathematically speaking, how much I would make? Sure, most girls probably have thought that. But have I ever actually considered doing it? Nor, absolutely not. I just know that's not a boundary I personally want to cross, and so y'all need to stop asking people. Stop asking for OnlyFans. If someone wanted to have one, they would have one. And if they don't, they don't. That's it. Your MBTI type is ENFJ. actually wrong. My personality type is ESFJ. And one time I randomly discovered this website online where people guess content creators' personality types, and the most popular guess for me was correct. And I have never mentioned my personality type online before, which is crazy. It really made me realize, like, wow, sometimes we put so much of ourselves out there that people actually do have a good idea of who we are. You know, it depends on the person, depends on if it's a persona, as I said earlier. Wow, it was really surprising. Good twerker. Okay, for starters, I'm Middle Eastern, so it's kind of in your DNA, like genetically speaking. You just know how to shake a little ass. It is what it is. Even the guys. You would like to get married in the next 5 years. Maybe. Yeah. Surprisingly, I'm kind of shy about all that stuff. And I just have a lot of reason to be private in that area of my life. But yeah, I would say I do want to get married in the next 5 to 10 years. Like if I get married in 3 years or 7 years, what difference does it really matter? What's really important is if I feel like I'm marrying the right person. And I think that's something that kind of differentiates me from other streamers. I think a lot of streamers don't want kids. They don't want families. They don't want any of that. I am very much looking forward to someday moving into that more familial chapter of my life. Family. I think it'll be exciting. It'll be like a new journey in life. Maybe I'll take you guys along for that ride too. Who knows? Hey, you big head. You're so cute. Do you know that? Oh my god. They're rarely both on screen at the same time. And it's done. Yep. You overworked yourself a lot in the past, so now you're trying to make up for it by doing lots of self-care. I think this is actually a pretty accurate assumption. My life revolved around streaming and work and money and optimization and all this stuff for many, many years. But long term, I realized those aren't actually the things that overall add to my level of happiness. I think there are very diminishing returns when it comes to happiness and fulfillment and work. It's much better to be a little more well-rounded. On top of that, I've been streaming since I was 17 and I'm 26 now, so I wanted to give myself some years and some time to just experience things offline. Essentially, have a life. Otherwise, is content creation or showbiz going to be my whole life? I think long term, I would really regret that if I felt like I didn't get to really live out my 20s, experience new things, or make friends and do all this stuff. So yeah, I'm living. You are a stoner. A lot of people have this assumption about me. So many times people come into my chat and they're like, are you high right now? Oh my god, are you drunk? You seem like you're drunk. Are you on drugs? No, I'm just a good time, okay? I'm really one of those people where the DARE program infiltrated my brain.
This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs.
Drugs scare me. And I think if I do them once, I'll implode. Substances are not quite for me, though I am not judgmental of others. What's important is moderation, doing it legally, responsibly, taking care of oneself, being educated. You look bisexual. I'm pretty sure you're gay, not in a mean way, but you kinda sus. I think people have this assumption of me because I think all sorts of people can be attractive, no matter your gender, your race, your whatever. If you're a human being, and you're attractive, you just are. And I'm not afraid to call anybody attractive. Doesn't matter. Who cares? Oh, wait. I want to tell you guys a story. This has been such a common assumption to the point that a few years back, there was a guy who was literally obsessed with the idea that I was a lesbian. He was so obsessed with it that he would comment on all of my platforms, all my socials, all my everything. I know your secret. I know that you're a lesbian. I just didn't care. So what if I am? So what if I'm not? I just didn't care to correct or not correct him or confirm or whatever. I actually thought it was so funny. It's I don't think your sexuality makes you a bad or good person, so I don't feel like it's something that I need to correct or clarify to anyone. It literally does not matter. So as for answering this assumption, I'm sorry, but I just prefer not to. Oftentimes what I see online is people will start to police whatever label you want to put on yourself. And I think that's really restricting and boring and annoying, and I don't even want to give people the room to. And I know that might be annoying to you guys, you were waiting for an answer, but I want you to sit with that discomfort. So yeah, let's normalize not feeling this burning desire to know everybody's sexuality at all times, especially if it doesn't even pertain to you. Okay, these two I included because they freaked me out because of their accuracy. One person said, I think you're the type of person to say sorry to inanimate objects. How did you know? Bro, sometimes I hop out of elevators, I want to say thank you to no one. It's an elevator. Like, anyways. And this one gave me a midlife crisis. You use a specific stove burner every time. I do. Does everybody? I've never even explored the other 3 stove burners on my countertop. Should I? Would one be better than the, like, I don't know, bro. I've only used one. Do you only use one? I need to know. Am I normal? Whatever. I'm assuming everybody does this. It's my turn to make assumptions about you. Please, can you confirm or deny? I need to know. Living alone and streaming less has been a major factor to improve mental health. This is true for me personally. You know, once upon a time, I was so excited to live in like a streamer house, a content creator house. And I think at that time, I felt very isolated doing what I do. And it was nice to be in the company of other people who do the same thing, right? But over time, that evolved into me having a bit of an unhealthy relationship with work. Because, you know, if I stream and then I end and I still hear someone else streaming or I see them working or doing whatever, I'm just the kind of person that it puts that pressure on me of like, oh shit, should I stream more? Should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? And it made it hard for me to just relax in my home if things were constantly going on. So I need friends outside of my work, an environment that really calms me. Otherwise, I just go stir crazy. One person said, you're different off stream. And I think the issue here is that different implies opposite of what you are on stream. I don't think that I'm the opposite of what I am on stream, but I think there are certain sides of me that maybe you guys don't see. And that's kind of the same for all streamers. Some people even like put a persona out there that might be different from who they are. But for me, it's more so like, I can't tell you guys every little thing about my life. Or maybe it's like you see 70% of me, but there's a 30% of me that you don't see. And you should assume the same for anybody whose content you consume. A lot of people said Asian, LOL, I thought you were Asian. I don't know if it's because I have a lot of Asian friends or if it's like my winged eyeliner, which like everybody kind of wears, but people have been assuming that I'm Asian for years, so much so that people in offline TV they call me an honorary Asian. But in reality, I am proudly Moroccan. Yeah. Last but not least, I don't know why this was last, but I low-key feel like you could beat someone's ass if necessary. And yeah, I mean, can't anybody? I thought that was normal. Like, if I needed to for self-defense, I'm going all out. For me, baby, like survival of the fittest. I'm doing whatever I need to do. Also, if you're picking on one of my friends, it's over. I feel like people can do kind of fucked up shit to me and I won't want to fight them unless it's for like self-defense purposes. But if you mess with my friends, oh, why did you have to go endanger yourself like that? Let me think about things people have assumed of me throughout the years. People have wrongfully assumed that I've either dated or been involved with people that I just haven't. Like flat out, I just haven't. But also people kind of assume that of like every single guy I come into contact with, which is annoying. But the reason I never address those things, 2 parts. 1, if you are so adamant about not being involved with someone, my concern was always like, it's gonna sound so rude if you're like, no, I'm definitely not dating this person, yuck. You know, like I'm always worried about making the guy feel bad. Like I'm not trying to imply anything bad about you, just trying to clear my name, but instead I'm just like, I just won't say anything at all. And 2, if I start clarifying certain assumptions involving me and other people, it kind of narrows down who I might see or might not or whatever, right? So you'll never know because I will never confirm or deny anything ever.
That's none of your business.
Aside from that, I've just seen weird like one-off assumptions here and there that maybe sometimes get traction and then become irrelevant in like 4 days. You know how it is on the internet. The other major one was people thinking that I come from money when I immigrated to Canada at the age of 4 with my parents. And actually, just a couple months ago, I was finally able to pay for their retirement, which is so exciting. But I don't think you would pay for your parents' retirement if you came from money. Like, that doesn't really make sense, right? I think the reason that's such a random assumption that popped up a couple years ago is because, like, what would make you think that? Like, someone woke up and just decided to spread that rumor. I don't know. I really don't understand. I think that's all. I hope you learned something new about me. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy these kind of videos, again, please let me know. Give me ideas for other things that I can sit down and film. I like to show you guys little bits of my house and my cats and whatever. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Happy everything. Bye.